Good evening everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Jess and I like to film myself reading. I advocate for slow readers, you know. So today's video is going to be a 24-hour reading challenge inspired by Miss Rachel Catherine, the goddess of booktube. So we're going to do it in a way where I set a timer for 24 hours, I leave the timer on but only for when I'm reading. I pause the timer when I go to do anything else, and we are going to see how long it takes me throughout the next week. We're going to see how long it takes me, we're going to see how many books I read, we're going to see my progress. I am a slow reader. I read about, on average, 40 pages an hour, but that differs from anywhere to 25 pages an hour to 50, 60 pages an hour, depending on font size, depending on how I'm enjoying the book, depending on the margin sizes. Do excuse the dog. He likes to make a racket. Another thing you guys would have seen in last week's video is that I announced that we were fostering a dog, and we have. Without further ado, the first book today we're starting is Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. So I'm actually currently already on page 84 of this. I've been reading it physically and on my Kindle. You know I'm a Kindle girly. I might have the physical book, but if I can read it on my Kindle, I will. As you can see, I've got my little Kindle holder. I also have my remote control clicker for my Kindle down here too. I'm all set up. I haven't had it yet. I am going to have my green tea for the evening. Do excuse the lighting. I have the back door open so the wind is blowing the curtains a little bit. It is such a lovely evening and it's so warm I couldn't help it. I'm probably going to procrastinate for a bit and then you'll see me read and start the timer. But I thought I'd just introduce the video as it is. Just for a little bit of context and reference, I am starting this on a Tuesday night at 8:15. Don't ask me why, but I am. So that's just for reference. Let's see how long this takes us, but the timer is about to be started. Let's go. As you can see, we have changed locations. I am chilling in my bed now. I'm going to be really honest with you. You've just seen the clip of me doing a little bit of reading. So I filmed the clip of me starting the timer and then I paused the timer to get myself comfortable. Started the timer, then you saw the clip of me sitting down and reading. Yeah, I thought I started the timer. I didn't. I read 5 pages and didn't start the timer, so I think I added about, I don't know, 8 minutes. So I need to run the timer for 8 minutes and then start again. So that's what I'm about to do. But I spent the majority of my evening, just for context, it's now 9:20. I've spent the majority of my evening calming the dog down and getting him in bed, getting him calm and settled and relaxed because he's not very good at sleeping in his crate. Is it gonna do it? There we go. You can see there, he's finally fast asleep. And while I sit and read now, I'm gonna sit and watch him on the camera. But let me sit and start the timer for 8 minutes. I have some really, really calming music on YouTube called Reading Music / no ads, / relaxation, beautiful ambient music by the Sacred Symphony by Oneno. Just if you wanna search it. It's really nice and calming and it's got a lovely backdrop. I'm going to start reading my physical copy because I miss the feel of reading physical books. Give it an hour, I'll turn the light off and I will be reading on my Kindle. You will see me when my timer has caught up with my reading. Great way to start a video, really, isn't it? I'm really comfy in bed. I had the dog in my bed last night because he was so clingy, bless him, but tonight I have the whole bed to myself. Benjamin is away for a week working, so I'm a little bit lonely. Which is why we're filming this video. I will see you in a moment when I'm all comfy and ready to read. Okay, so as you can see, I've literally read for under 20 minutes. Felt like forever. That's because I'm a slow reader. I don't get through things very fast. I am currently on, or just finished, chapter 10. So on to chapter 11, page 115. I don't understand what people don't like about this. Like, Ali Hazelwood literally told us at the beginning of the book that this is going to be an erotic romance. I just adore her writing. This still feels like Love Theoretically, Love on the Brain, The Love Hypothesis, just slightly more faster paced, I'm not gonna lie. We haven't quite yet got into Rue and Eli's trauma or why they're like this, but we are starting to understand Rue's relationship with food a little bit better, and we are starting to understand that Eli has had a bit of a rocky past, whether that be in relationships or just in life. So we are definitely getting some character depth here, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping that I can read up to at least maybe 150, 180 tonight. We'll give it a go. But like I said, I am pausing the timer every time I stop reading, and I am starting the timer every time I'm reading. I am already good for bed. I am just gonna sit here and read. I have my Kindle set up ready so that in about half an hour, when we get to 10:30, because it is 21:58, I am going to turn the lights off and read my Kindle because I really want to get an early night tonight. Last night was a bit of a jumpy night because of the dog, and I'm tired tonight, and I'm gonna allow it to happen, but I will get to page 150 at least. Let's read 35 pages. That is just under an hour for me, and we will see how that goes. I will see you, even if it's in the dark, when we hit 150 pages. Good night. We are in exactly the same position as last night. We are in exactly the same clothes as last night. It is first thing in the morning. It's 8:54. I've been sat down here since 7:30. This is the pooch, by the way. He's absolutely a big baby. Aren't you, bud? And we're already asleep. I am heading out this morning at about 10 o'clock. I'm going to sit and read for, what's the time? Tonight. I'm going to sit and read for 20-25 minutes of the timer. We made it to an hour and 20 minutes read. I read for an hour and 20 minutes last night, so we have 22 hours, 40 minutes and 10 seconds left. Let's see if I can get a good chunk of this done today. I was going to read on my Kindle. I brought my Kindle downstairs with me. Since sitting down here for so long, it has died. I'm going to have to find where I was last night in my book, which is fine. I have a feeling I literally just got to chapter 14. Yes, I did. So I last night finished reading chapter 14, nearly halfway through the book, page 153. I guess without further ado, I'll start the timer. Laugh at me all you like. I have slugs on my face. I dyed my eyebrows, and the dye took to my skin more than it did my brow hairs. I've never felt like I've made more of a teenage mistake in my life, but hey ho, we move on. I'm here to update you on my book. I still have 22 hours and 15 minutes left. I only read for an hour and 45 minutes. I don't know how long I read for last night. I think I read for 20 minutes this morning, and my day has been jam-packed. It is currently midnight, so it's now actually Thursday, but I am gonna sit and read. Pretty much got halfway. We were on to chapter 17, page 168, so I'm going to sit and read chapter 19, which I believe is about halfway exactly, and then I might read some more. But yeah, I'm not doing too well. I thought I was going to be able to do this quite quickly, but it turns out life just gets in the way. I'm going to sit, I'm going to read my book for a bit, and then I'm going to sit, and then I'm going to read my Kindle some more. So yeah, I've got to put my hand cream on, I'm going to get myself wound down. I'll speak to you in the morning. Just thought I'd do an update. It is currently Friday the 23rd of August at 12:54. And the last time you saw me, I believe, was Wednesday, or maybe even last night. I'm really not too sure, I cannot remember. I'd love to say I'm not embarrassed about being a slow reader, but to be brutally honest, I am. Mainly because I can consume information rather quickly, but for some reason, I cannot get through books very quickly. and it's starting to stress me out. I believe we started this on Monday, and as of Friday, this is how much time we have left. We still have 20 hours, 21 minutes and 19 seconds. I've been going for 4.5 days and I've read 4 hours and 40 minutes. Are you having me on? Bright side though, I am up to page 226 of Not in Love, so that is chapter 23. I really want to finish this today, but if I'm really honest with you, we're at a bit of a stalemate. I'm at the point in the book where it's just like sex. I actually love Ali Hazelwood and her STEM books, and I read them because they are part STEM, and I love that storyline within her writing. And I knew this was going to be an erotic romance, and I did enjoy the first half of the book, but now we're into the second half of the book. I'm waiting for the storyline to develop. I'm waiting to figure out whether Harkness is going to take over Klein, you know. What's going on with Florence? Is she really as cool and as, you know, truthful as she shows herself to be? Or is there something deeper she's hiding? I don't know, because all they're doing is having sex with each other and she won't tell me. She won't tell me. That's my dilemma, and I'm sure someone else has felt the same thing throughout reading this. It kind of doesn't make me want to pick up the book because I'm just like, oh, another sex scene. Oh, another sex scene. Like, we get it. You fancy the pants off each other, but she just dragged that a little bit too thin, I think. I don't think this would be any more than 3 stars, and that's quite disappointing for me because Ali Hazelwood, your books are always 5 stars for me. Apart from Bride, I'm not going to read that. Not even going to bother. So that is the deal for today. I have just finished editing the video for Friday the 23rd of August, so today. That is going up tonight. We are in the middle of transitioning to a Wednesday. This video should be going up on a Wednesday, so hopefully you're watching this on Wednesday the 28th. Why not? We'll see. You might be watching this the Wednesday after. It depends how long this is going to take me, because at this point I am actually rather embarrassed. Yeah, I'm hoping that tonight and tomorrow I can just get a good chunk done. We've got 20 hours left, which means I kind of need to read for 10 hours today, which is not going to happen. It's not going to happen, but one can dream. Looks like I'm going to have a late night tonight. See you later. So I've just finished Not in Love, and I think we're at a 2.75 to 3.5 range mark for the rating, purely because the epilogue did not epilogue. There was a little bit of epilogue in the epilogue, if you know what I mean, but the rest of it was just more of what we knew. It was around 4 stars for quite a while, and then we hit about 60%, and then we were just rereading the same scenes over and over again. And then when we got to like the last 25% of the book was then actual storyline. I'm talking quietly because I'm at my parents' house and it's really embarrassing to film. But yeah, the last 25% of the book was actual storyline, which is like what I said before, I'd been waiting to read. And then stuff happened and I was like, yes! I haven't officially rated it on Goodreads yet because I'm letting stuff sink in, but we have officially hit 15 hours, 55 minutes and 6 seconds. We're going to do as much as we can today, and my next book I'm going to be reading is Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. Very excited to find out that this has a Spotify and an Apple Music playlist, and it tells you exactly which songs to read per chapter. Not that I can listen to them because they have words and that distracts me. It's cool. I have literally read the first 7 pages. I'm very interested, but I am slightly worried about the trigger warnings. Content warnings, should I say. I didn't get triggered by much. The content warnings are a lot lot for me. I don't get grossed out, but the content warnings did gross me out just a little bit. So we'll see how they go. 15 hours and 55 minutes left. I basically have 16 hours. I'm going to do my best to read what I can. I want to get this done in 3 days. This is just over 230 pages. Not in Love was 279. That took me a week. Exactly. Let's try get this done in 3 days max and hope that it also means that I can finish this 24-hour reading challenge. Okay, I'm going to talk about Butcher and Blackbird because I started this yesterday afternoon. I'm nearly finished. I'm on page 204 of 331. I read 166 pages yesterday. I'm supposed to be a slow reader. Make it make sense, please, because it doesn't to me. It really doesn't. So we are 204 pages through Butcher and Blackbird, and I honestly would like to attribute this to the fact that it's a floppy book. And most definitely I'd like to attribute this to Miss Bryn Weaver, please, because the writing in this had me hooked. I'm still going, and my plan is to finish it today. I have 127 pages left, and I read 166 yesterday. So do with that what you will. I am still far from finishing this 24-hour challenge. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I have got 10 hours and 30 minutes left. I'm not going to lie to you. Because I'm a slow reader, I assumed that this would take me a good 5 hours to finish. But I think so far I've read for 3.5, about that. Because I think I was on 1350 or something like that. And we're now on 1030. I'm flying through this. I'm so glad I decided to mood read and just pick this up instead of whatever was on my TBR. So yeah, that is where we're at. It is currently 12:15, so we are waiting for Benjamin to arrive back, and then I'm going to go pick him up. I have my coffee. I'm currently watching Red, White and Royal Blue on Prime. So I think I might pause that, do half an hour reading of this, get this down to 10 hours, see how far we get, then I'll catch back up with you. One thing I will say so far is that the characters in this very much remind me of Not in Love, which I've just read. It's the way that they're pining for each other but neither knows. They don't know if they just want friendship with each other, whereas in Not in Love, they didn't know whether they just wanted friends with benefits with each other, where they're actually secretly in love with each other. I thought this was going to be 10 times more gruesome and gory and just gross than it actually is. And I bloody love the storyline of this. I love that we're not focusing too much on the romance, and we're also not focusing too much on the crimes, and we're not focusing too much on the competition. Like, we are just focusing enough on every single bit of aspect that it's just not boring. I think that's why I am flying through this, is because we're getting little snippets of each part of the storyline, and just when you think one part of the storyline is going to get boring, we flip on to the next part of the storyline, and that's interesting. And just when that might just get a bit boring, we flip on to another part of the storyline, and then we move on again. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're keeping it, she's keeping it fresh, and I love it. I absolutely adore it. I've heard not great things about Leather and Lark though, but we shall see. I am really interested to see how this ends, because I'm not entirely sure where this is going. Is this one of those books where I can't really predict what kind of ending? Is it going to be an ending based on the competition? Is it going to be an ending based on the romance? Are we going to find out Sloane and Lark's backstory? Because we kind of have Rowan's backstory, but we don't have Sloane and Lark's backstory. So we will see. I'm really, really intrigued at where this is going to go. Okay, oh my god, for a minute there I thought we weren't recording. Right, I shall speak to you in half an hour when I've read half an hour more of this. Okay, I've read for 29 minutes. That is pretty much spot on. And in 29 minutes, I have read from page 204 to 221. So I've read 17 pages. I'm not mad about it. It's not the best, but we are currently on chapter 18. I have this much left of the book. I'm enjoying it. It's really good. I will check back in with you probably when I'm finished at this point, but we will see. My opinion hasn't changed. It's still great. Okay, everybody. We're back. Shock, I finished Butcher and Blackbird in just over 36 hours. That's huge for me. Huge. And we did it. We finished Butcher and Blackbird. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. My time is not correct because I didn't have my iPad when I was finishing reading it. I do need to take about 2 hours off, so it should be up to 8:30 hours left. not too bad. Anyway, let's talk about it. Bryn Weaver, you have my heart, okay? This book, 4.5 stars, had me gripped. Everything I said about this before still stands. This was insane. And the way that it's set up, Leather and Lark, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait. The only thing I can't get over is the name Rowan Kane. I am almost fairly certain that is in the Dreamland Billionaire series. Hey ho. Anyway, very excited to have finished this. This is our second book of the 24-hour challenge done. I thought I was supposed to be a slow reader, but Bryn Weaver, you, like I said, you have my heart. You've cured me. We are up next reading the Ready to do some catching up to do because it is Wednesday the 28th and this video is fully edited. I have gotten to the end of my editing and completely realised I never did an outro, I never did an update, and I never finished the 24 hours of reading. Let me give you an update and you're going to be quite surprised at this. This is what the time is currently on and it is still going because I read for an hour last night but didn't have my iPad on me. So I'm just waiting for that to get down to 2 hours and 15 and then that's all I have left. But the video is going up tonight. So technically I did fail this 24 hours of reading challenge because this is the 8th day. Here is the update you wanted though. So during this 22 hours and 15 minutes of reading, should I say? No, 23 hours and 45 minutes of reading. 24, 22, 21 hours and 45, okay. So during this 21 hours and 45 minutes of reading challenge is what we're going to call it for now, I technically finished 2 books. I have actually nearly finished the 3rd. So first off, we finished Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. Now when we started this challenge, I was about 30 pages in, which is fine. I think actually I was about 70 pages in, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. I finished this book during this reading challenge. Now I think I gave this a 2.5 stars on Goodreads, purely because I know I went into it saying, I know this is an erotic romance, but it was still too much for me, I can't lie. Spice is hit and miss for me, and this was a miss for me. The spice anyway. The actual storyline, the company takeover between Harkness and Klein, I really liked that. I think that was a great storyline, and I still adore Ali Hazelwood. There's nothing changed, but I will still not read Bride, and you can't force me to do that. So that's Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood. That's the first book we read. Second book we read in this challenge was Butcher and Blackbird. I started this on Saturday afternoon, and I finished this midnight Sunday. That's 2 reading sessions I read this in. 2.5 reading sessions. I read like for an hour and a bit when I got to bed on midnight on Sunday, work on Sunday, and then Saturday afternoon. So I read this in 3 sessions. Now that is humongous for me as a slow reader. I can only attribute that to the flow in Bryn's writing because it was absolutely phenomenal. I really did enjoy the story. I think I rated it 4 stars on Goodreads, but it's 4.5 in my heart. What I loved here was the character development between the 2 main characters, the female main character Sloane and the male main character Rowan. The way their friendship developed, the way that, I mean, there was a little bit of character regression in it as well, where I think for Sloane, being around Rowan reminded her of all the things she disliked about herself and like made her worry about them, whereas before she hadn't had a need to worry about them. And for Rowan, the same again, he hadn't had a need to worry about anybody before, and now he did with Sloane. So there was like a slight bit of character regression, but just the natural bits that you would when you have 2 people coming together in a situation like they're in. I am very excited for Leather and Lark and Scythe and Sparrow. I think that's how you say it. But I'm sceptical about Leather and Lark. This has led onto Leather and Lark incredibly well. The question is, I don't think I've come across a single person who has enjoyed Leather and Lark as much as Butcher and Blackbird. Here we go, we'll see. Butcher and Blackbird, everybody. Last but not least, the book that we are still currently reading is, bear with me, my Kindle's having a moment, The Rom-Commers by Catherine Center. This is my 2nd ever Catherine Center book, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely adored her first book that I read, which was The Bodyguard. She writes closed door romance, and I like that after a bit of spice. It just like resets my brain. I am currently on page 156. I'm 49% of the way through, and I started this not last night, literally the night before at like 11 o'clock. That's good for me. I read 60 pages the first night, 74 pages yesterday, and today I plan on getting up to at least 80%. This is flowing like a dream, Catherine Center. Thank you. You are just what I needed. I found this on Kindle store, I think for 99 pence. I was going through like the Kindle daily deals, and I just thought, you know what, mood read went really well after picking up Butcher and Blackbird, so I thought I've got to mood read again. I have to. I have a couple of books that I am waiting to read for videos, and now I need this. I needed it, and I'm so glad I picked it. And I failed the challenge. I am not going to be able to complete this 2 hours before this video needs to go up, because I am busy about to edit this clip, and then I've got to have lunch, and then I've got to cook my dinner, and then I've got to go to work. Long story short, I failed the 24-hour reading challenge. Short story long, I am so proud of myself for even getting through 2.5 books in 24 hours, and I started this, I believe, last Tuesday, and it is Wednesday. So I am really happy with myself, I'm really proud of myself, and I actually really enjoyed doing it. I think it really did motivate me. Maybe next time, when I've got some free time, we will try 24-hour reading challenge, but the 12 hours a day one. We will see. Also, please do excuse the absolute state of me today. I wore Ben's Whoop on my wrist last night. If you haven't heard of Whoop, go check them out. They are a lifestyle and health device that you wear to track sleep, calorie intake, literally everything. Whoop does it for you, but it's not a watch. Anyway, I wore Ben's Whoop last night because I was having real trouble sleeping this past week. Someone tell me why I had a 1% recovery rate during my sleep last night. 1%. No wonder I'm so tired. We have a couple minutes left until we are back on track with the timer. I am going to finish this timer for myself, if not for the camera. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hugely appreciate it. And guess what? Somehow we have hit 80 subscribers. I think I hit 80 subscribers last night, but I'm still a little bit like, ooh, giddy, because I can't believe it. There are 80 of you that have actually consciously decided to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that means an unbelievable amount. So just thank you so much. And to those that aren't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you would, but honestly, just the fact that you watch my video is incredible to me, so thank you so much. If you could give me some support, as I obviously am a small channel, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below of a video that you'd love to see, or a book you'd love to see me review or read. Let me know, okay? Instagram's right here. Go follow me, go follow my Goodreads. I shall see you next week.
I shouldn't have started this yet. Kettle's taking too long.
If you couldn't tell, I'm tired. The dog has worn me out.
Yeah, you. Drop it.
I think we need to turn the exposure down a little bit, please, because... I hope you heard that. Is it the 115 to 150? I'm so unsure of myself. We're going to use a calculator. It was 35. Shouldn't doubt myself, Jessica. You should not doubt yourself. It's a fly, sweetheart. It's not going to get you.